The Tao Te Ching Chapter 30. In the ancient text the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu we can see that each verse is an aspect and expression of a variety of concepts of non-dual philosophy. In this video series we will look at each chapter of the Tao Te Ching sequentially. If you've enjoyed the series so far, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. First, let's listen to this verse of the poem, as beautifully translated by Stephen Mitchell, and then be prepared to delve into its deeper meaning. The poem reads: Whoever relies on the Tao in governing men doesn't try to force issues or defeat enemies by force of arms. For every force there is a counterforce. Violence, even well-intentioned, always rebounds upon oneself. The master does his job and then stops. He understands that the universe is forever out of control, and that trying to dominate events goes against the current of the Tao. Because he believes in himself, he doesn't try to convince others. Because he is content with himself, he doesn't need others' approval. Because he accepts himself, the whole world accepts him. This verse from Stephen Mitchell's translation of the Tao Te Ching encapsulates several key ideas within Taoist philosophy. Governing with the Tao. This involves leading or governing in a way that aligns with the natural flow of things, emphasizing harmony, balance, and non-interference whenever possible. It means making decisions and taking actions that resonate with the underlying principles of the universe, avoiding coercion or manipulation. In non-dual terms, governing with the Tao means recognizing the underlying unity of life, and governing in alignment with it, instead of viewing ourselves as separate from others with a need to dominate. This approach acknowledges the inherent harmony and balance present in all existence. Non-dual governing involves leading with wisdom and compassion, understanding that the well-being of one is connected with the well-being of all. Non-violent conflict resolution. Instead of resorting to aggression or trying to force issues, this approach emphasizes using wisdom, empathy, and dialogue to find mutually beneficial solutions. It involves understanding the perspectives of others, seeking common ground, and fostering cooperation rather than confrontation. Non-dual philosophy teaches that all beings share a fundamental essence. Non-violent conflict resolution reflects this, by acknowledging the inherent significance of all parties involved. Seeking resolution through empathy, understanding, and cooperation rather than through division or aggression. Understanding consequences. For every force there is a counterforce. This line advises that every action has its consequences, including those unintended or unforeseen. By understanding the principle of counterforce, we become aware that resorting to violence or force may lead to backlash or negative repercussions, even if the initial intentions were noble. Non-dual philosophy emphasizes the law of cause and effect, recognizing that every action has consequences, not only for ourselves, but for the entire interconnected web of existence. Understanding consequences reflects this idea, by acknowledging the complex but related nature of existence, and the ripple effects that our actions can have on the world around us. Balanced action. The master does his job and then stops. Knowing when to act and when to refrain is crucial for maintaining harmony and balance. This involves avoiding excessive ambition, ego-driven desires, or unnecessary intervention. It means acting with mindfulness and restraint, allowing natural processes to unfold without undue interference. Non-dual philosophy teaches the importance of balance and harmony in all aspects of life. Balanced action reflects this idea by advocating for moderation, mindfulness, and awareness in our actions, avoiding extremes, and finding equilibrium in our thoughts, words, and deeds. Acceptance of unpredictability. The master understands that the universe is forever out of control. Understanding that the universe is inherently unpredictable and chaotic can help us avoid the frustration and futility of trying to control everything. By accepting this unpredictability, we can adapt more easily to changing circumstances, and flow with the currents of life, rather than struggling against them. Non-dual philosophy teaches acceptance of what is, recognizing that reality is inherently dynamic and ever-changing. Acceptance of unpredictability reflects this idea by encouraging us to embrace the flow of life. Adapting to changing circumstances, without resistance or attachment to fixed outcomes. Self-assurance and contentment. Because the master is content with himself, he doesn't need others' approval. Cultivating a sense of self-assurance and contentment means finding confidence and fulfillment from within, rather than seeking validation or approval from external sources. It involves recognizing our own worth, and trusting in our abilities, leading to a deeper sense of peace, and alignment with the natural order of the universe. The master is content within himself and doesn't need others' approval. Likewise, non-dual philosophy teaches us to find inner peace and fulfillment, by recognizing our true nature, and resting in the unchanging ground of being, rather than seeking validation or happiness from external sources. Summary. In verse 30 of the Tao Te Ching, it is emphasized that governing with the Tao entails avoiding the use of force or coercion, and instead promotes governing in harmony with natural principles. In identifying the law of cause and effect, it is recognized that violence, even if well-intentioned, leads to negative consequences. The wise leader acts with restraint, understanding the inherent unpredictability of the universe, and refraining from attempting to control events. By cultivating self-assurance, contentment, and acceptance, we can find harmony within ourselves, and naturally gain acceptance from the world around us. The takeaway message. If you take one message from this verse, it is this: harmony with the natural order leads to effective governance and inner peace. This quote encapsulates the central message of verse 30, emphasizing the importance of aligning our actions with the inherent principles of the universe, rather than resorting to force or control. By managing our lives in harmony with the Tao, we not only achieve effective leadership and control, but also cultivate inner peace and acceptance, leading to a sense of fulfillment and validation, in both personal and societal realms. Thanks for watching.